hands up, both hands up. Good. On your exhale, start to fold forward. So you're gonna start to bring your hands towards the ground. So bend at the waist, bring your hands towards the ground. Bend at the waist, bring your hand faster. All right, so on your inhale, bring your fingertips towards your shins. You're gonna look up. And then on your exhale, place both hands down, come into a high plank. Step both feet back, come into a high plank. Okay, so from here, untuck your toes. So make sure the tops of your feet are on the mat. And then start to bend into your elbows, like you're lowering into a push-up. So like half push-up. Hands are still on the mat. And then from here, start to lift your chest, lift your chin. On your exhale, curl your toes, lift your hips. You're gonna come into a downward facing dog. So an inverted V shape. So your hips should be the highest point in the sky right now. So like a capital letter V. Hips should be the highest point in the sky. Steph, hips should be the highest point. Hips. There you go. Okay, and breathe here. So if you need to walk your hands or your feet a little bit closer, just to get your hips a little bit higher, you can do that. Okay, and try to draw your heels towards the mat. So the backs of your heels, yeah, try to draw the heels towards the mat. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. Exhale, you're gonna fold, come into a forward fold, hands towards the mat. So hinge at the waist, bring your hands towards the mat, a little bit faster, Steph. Inhale, bring your fingertips to your shins, you're gonna look up and lengthen. Exhale, place both hands on the mat, step both feet towards the back, let's come into a high plank. Start to bend into your elbows, tops of your feet, and then inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin. Back bend, exhale, curl your toes, lift your hips, come into that inverted V shape, which is downward facing dog. So your hips are the highest point. Walk your feet and hands a little bit closer. All right, and start to walk your hands and feet, come into a forward fold. Bring your fingertips towards your shins, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, reach both hands high as you can. Maybe come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bring your hands back to your chest. And last time, inhale, reach your prayer towards the sky. Exhale, we're gonna fold. So hinge at the waist, bring your hands towards the mat. Inhale, bring your fingertips towards your shins. We're gonna look up. Exhale, place both hands on the mat. Step both feet towards the back, come into a high plank. Start to bend into your elbows. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, lift your hips, come into a downward facing dog. So curl your toes, lift your hips. Make sure we're breathing here. So walk your feet and hands a little bit closer if you need to. Hips should be the highest point in the sky. And when you're ready, you can start to walk your hands and feet towards one another, come into a forward fold. Bring your fingertips towards your shins, we're gonna look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your prayer towards the sky, find length. And then lastly, bring your prayer back to your chest. Try not to lean forward. Think of a straight line from your hips to your back to the top of your head. Hips to the back to the top of the head. I want you to start over. If it's not a clean rep, start it over. Work on that balance. But see how you're folding forward, Ryan? Find length through your spine. Chest stays high. Just 4 each way.